and closed for Italy. It will be Marie-Florence CANDASSAMY to open for France and Lauren REMBI to close. Andrei Kavrinyuk and Dilaram Turtlikova from Uzbekistan, our alternating referees, and we'll get our team salutes. And we already know that the Italians put a lot of thought into their salute. And sometimes they can be very entertaining. Okay, here goes the Italians. Oh, that was quite tame.
Are you saying at the European zonals it was more exciting?
Well, I mean, they do little dance routines, and you know, they have props and things like that, and you know, sing a little song, whatever. Yeah. Some people just stamp their feet 3 times and go, yeah. Okay, so we've got Santuccio on to open for Italy, and it will be Marie-Florence CANDASSAMY for France. And it is, well, we don't know yet who it is, because I only see
There you see CANDASSAMY going up against Santuccio to start.
Well, I don't know where Andrei Kavrinyuk has gone. And it is going to be Dilaram Turtlikova from Uzbekistan to referee the first 2 legs. First semifinal. Women's EPEE team. So Italy, France, and then Korea will face a team comprised of neutrals. Italy beat Estonia in the 8 to find themselves here. France beat Poland in the 8.
So, David, we started with 38 teams. They had an incomplete table of 64. And Italy was seeded 1. They had a bye, of course, in the 64. They beat the Netherlands in the 32, 45-11. Hong Kong, China, 38-23. And then the aforementioned Estonia, 42-27. France was seeded 4th, and they, of course, had a bye in the 64. They beat Great Britain pretty close, 36-28 in the 32. And then Kazakhstan 45-33. And then, as you said, they beat Poland, real nail-biter, 34-30 to get here.
Oh, so I'm looking at the chain. And I'll look up and, well, what have they done? They burned off the first minute.
Indeed, they have.
Double.
Santuccio took 5th in the individual. Candassamy a very disappointing 40th. She is at least a head taller than Santuccio.
So we've rolled into the second on time. 2 for Italy, 2 for France, and it will be REMBI on for France in the second to face Rossella FIAMINGO.
FIAMINGO, who finished 7th in the individual. REMBI was 21st.
Very quiet.
Yes, it was a different feel right now than it was a few minutes ago. And then again, it'll forever be a different feel in here after what happened last night when Bazadze won the gold.
Well, there is that. There is that,
yeah.
that one detail. I saw him earlier when I was coming across the field of play to go to DT and speak to Dr. David Blake. Who is
you mean the doctor of electronics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I walked up to the gate over here on down there on that side, I heard this voice say, "Here, let me help you." And I looked up, and it was Sandra Bazadze standing right at my shoulder, and he smiled and gave me a big hug, and I was just like, that was really great. That was really great last night. And he goes, "Yes, I know." And I worked really hard to get it.
It's funny you said that because I heard him interviewed afterwards. He goes, "Listen, I didn't just roll out of bed and came here and won the championship. I've worked really, really hard for a long period of time." As have many, many other fencers who will never win a world championship. So it makes it really special when someone does.
Yeah, in their hometown.
In their hometown, in a country that had never won a fencing world championship before. The stars were aligned last night for the country of Georgia and for their favorite Sandro Bazadze.
And he's got, he's got a really lovely family, and he's just he is absolutely one of the nicest people you will ever meet, unless you are on a piste against him.
Yeah, he definitely snaps into a mode, but then again, when you're competing, it's a battle, and it's a combat sport. It's a battle. Two people come on the piste, one of them leaves as the winner. And I always felt it might as well be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and let's not forget that, I mean, we've said this. We said it plenty of times last night, and we've said this a number of times, but the stars were aligned yesterday to where we had that aspect, and then we had, and what Sandra said to me was, and I spoke to Lee Kiefer, and I asked her, how many world championships have you won? And she said, one. And it's this one.
Yeah.
And
she's, with all the medals she's won at World Cups and Grand Prix, of course the
Olympics
twice, it's sort of amazing. But to get back to this start, by the way, Candassamy scored an incredibly good touch to the leg on the third one. We were talking, but she's done a good job here to tie it up. Big boost for France.
That's right.
The stars being the stars being aligned. In the Junior Worlds in Wuxi, we had a situation with Pan for the World Championship. Didn't go that way, and it was so disappointing. The air was sucked out of the arena there. Here it was the opposite, so it doesn't happen that often. It was very special. Yeah. So anyway, REMBI down 4-2, with getting each point as a premium, does a great job by tying it up.
Okay, that will take us out of the second. 4-4, 2 in it for FIAMINGO, 2 in it for REMBI. And in the third, it will be Giulia RIZZI on for Italy. And she will face Eloise VANRYSSEL. And it is now Andrei Kavrinyuk up to referee the next two legs.
Today's the team day, but Giulia RIZZI overcame a personal accomplishment when she won her first Grand Prix back in May in Bogota, after having finished second a couple times, and including, I believe, in Budapest when she had a 44-42 lead over Maximenko, couldn't close it out. So she accomplished something, got over the hump by winning a Grand Prix. RIZZI was in big trouble there and tried to duck out of the way, but to no avail. That'll do it.
Okay, so 8-7, we roll into the fourth. So 4 in that for Eloise VANRYSSEL, 3 for Giulia RIZZI, and it will be Marie-Florence CANDASSAMY on for France, and she will face Rossella FIAMINGO.
CANDASSAMY with her incredible reach advantage, certainly capable of getting those doubles. And with France in the lead, she'll be happy to do so.
Brava, dai, ci sei.
So FIAMINGO has tried twice to attack, and Candassamy was able to double both times. So you wonder if FIAMINGO is going to try to get a little closer, try to draw Candassamy out, because going straight, the best she seems to be able to get is a double. Referee Kriviniuk said core, which necessitates a halt. And core just means body contact. It could be the lightest body contact, but if it happens, it's a halt. Candassamy using that reach advantage to her advantage. And invariably you have these matches with low scores where it's very close, within one here or there, and inevitably one team opens up a slightly larger lead, and then it's off to the races trying to get touches. Fencers are backing off. They have to keep making believe like they're fencing, or being at risk of getting not a P card, but a regular yellow card. So France came into that leg with a 1-touch lead, and now they have 2. Now there's a game face. Santuccio concentrating there. She went 2-2 in the opening leg with Candassamy. Up against VANRYSSEL, who we just saw 2 legs ago, 4-3 over RIZZI. Busy blade work, and twice in the first few seconds here, Santuccio feinted to the toe once. Not sure when the light went on, but she's clearly not yet. So she's definitely setting up whatever she's setting up with feints to the toe. That's the third time. And while she was setting it up, guess what happened? She got hit on the toe. And the blade gets the touch. And there's our biggest differential in this match. Way out of distance was Santuccio and paid the price. After hold, says the referee. Santuccio has backed VANRYSSEL into a corner here. Can she take advantage of this? The referee was reviewing something. Whatever happened was at après halt or after the halt.
Yes, okay. She exit.
Now, Santuccio, let's see what happens. So I know why they're asking for this review. Nothing yet. Foot still on. Touch, she said, was after halt, and that's that. That one hurts for Santuccio. She did everything she needed to do, but wasn't able to get the light on. And France with a juicy 5-point lead. (4-1) for VANRYSSEL, and she was 4-3 just a few minutes ago against RIZZI, so she's been the star so far. That's an odd one. The referee called halt, and this action happened after the halt. She called halt when REMBI went splat. Let's watch. Here goes the splat. And the halt was there. And for whatever reason, that's a halt, and the action started way after, but you can't hear the sound on the replay, so it's going to stand because you can't hear when the referee says halt. That's the only quirk with video review, that there is no sound. RIZZI needs to chip away at this 5-point differential. They stopped. I'm not sure why. Maybe the clock wasn't moving. But they both stopped because time stood still there. That was weird. It's a very concerned Italian box. Well, RIZZI tried first a toe feint and then a big beat attack, and she was very aggressive, and then wound up after all of that popping REMBI on the hand, the wrist. Oh, nice one there by REMBI. And the knee. Sort of slow motion flesh attack by RIZZI didn't work. Floating, but falling short. Whoa!
Every time.
Is she hurt? She might be hurt here.
No, ma è uscita, è uscita tibetana.
That was a tumble.
Please, col doctor.
Sì, c'è Tenta sempre, ma lo fa sempre. Ma poi è uscita in fondo.
The second time's gone into one of those weird contortions on the piece before she fell off there. Let's take a look. We've seen this before. She's still up. Rizzi missed. Ouch. So she's having trouble getting up right now, is REMBI. Struggling. She's on her feet, but gingerly. There's a live view. She's back on the piste. Looks a little bit shaken up here. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my goodness. You wonder if she was fainting there or whatever, or was pain. You could see her, things are spinning. It looked like almost like she was fainting there.
Oh, ragazzi, basta recuperare 2 botte, non è che stiamo a chiedere a lui. Basta recuperare 2 botte ciascuno, abbiamo vinto la statua. Ma bisogna crederci.
Well, KOWALCZYK,
Certo, se parti lunga, si sciolgono, queste escono bene.
Louis Marie, Alexandra Louis Marie is getting warmed up in the team box area, starting to get loosened up, because there's a chance she's going to be coming in if REMBI can't continue. Score, of course, would stay the same. Now she's getting up for the second time. Again, gingerly. Doesn't look like she really has her feet underneath her. Okay, so we're going to get once the medical personnel ascertain that there's a legitimate injury, at that point the 5-minute injury timeout clock will start. So we've come to a critical moment in this match where France has its biggest lead now of 6. And their fencer is going to take an injury timeout after taking that tumble. And she was pretty shaken up. Had trouble getting to her feet. And a little ice on the back of the neck. I really wonder if she's going to continue this match. Doesn't look so good right now. Here's Rizzi. The clock says 0:00. I really don't remember what the time was. I don't think the time had run out, but I don't know what it is. There's Kovanyuk speaking to the coaches, saying, "Here's the deal, fellas. After a certain amount of time, you're going to have to make the call. She's in or she's out." My colleague, here we go, look at this. Checking to see if she's got her wits about her. My colleague David King was telling me at the European zonals, Tulin of the Netherlands was taken off on a stretcher. He's here, by the way, so whatever happened, he recovered. This didn't look as bad, but you never know when someone takes a knock to the head.
What have I missed?
You missed Rembi took a fall off the side of the piste, and when she tried to get up, she got up briefly and then looked like she was about to faint. And now we're a good number of minutes into what should be a 5-minute injury timeout, but I don't see a clock up, so I can only speculate. And there's Giulia Rizzi saying, "I'm ready when you are."
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, when you got a doctor standing in front of you.
Here it is, by the way. You can see. Oh, this wasn't it. Yeah.
Finito. No, un altro minuto. So 5, no 6.
You know, moving his hand up and down.
No, è il
Checking
medico che ha
your
chiesto un minuto.
ability to.
It's finished the time. It's finished.
You know, follow the. It's not good.
No.
No.
She's up. Looks like the piste is about, I would say, 2 feet high, elevated off the ground.
I mean, it's not a full meter.
No, I don't think so. I remember at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics when I was refereeing, the piste was much higher than 2. It was like 4 meters. It was really high, and there was no runoff. And there were 3 major injuries at that one, including Diane Bianchini of Italy from tearing her ACL because people were taking big bumps off the piste.
Well, in Genoa, our broadcast position was actually on the DT island in the hall. And I looked up, and because all of a sudden the ambulance teams were coming in, but not just for one, but for 2. And on one piste, on the blue piste, was Raphael Tulin down and in some extreme discomfort. And then on the yellow piste, there was a guy that just laid completely out, and a blade had gone up under his mask. We had 2 people taken out simultaneously on stretchers and taken to the hospital.
Amazing. And it's actually amazing that she's back because she looked like she was in another zone. There's 1 second. So look at this. I mean, just when you think you've seen it all, they're saying that she went off the back because she went off the side, which she did. She goes back a meter, which she does, and you lose. Oh my goodness! So that's a point. Rizzi gets a bonus point there, and the 6 touch differential is back to 5. Well, that was a crazy one, but the best news is that Rembi appears to be okay. FIAMINGO -2 so far. And VANRYSSEL +4. She's been the hot fencer. Italy is up against the hot fencer right now, and let's see if they can break into this lead a little bit. I see. Yes, that's going to be it for Rembi. They've made the substitution. Louis Marie is warming up. I see the referees notifying the other box that they've made the switch. And Rembi would have been the closer, so that's a tough one when you lose your closer. Bring in a sub for the 9th and final leg.
Well, it's not if the bad news is that that you have to take out Lauren Rembi, but replace her with Alexandra Louis Marie. That's not as big a problem as you might think.
No, I understand that. Just coming in cold and in the 9th leg, it certainly throws a monkey wrench into the equation. Wow. VANRYSSEL went for the toe touch and got popped in the mask. An effective double from VANRYSSEL. Good attack by FIAMINGO, but the doubles are the friend of France right now with that 4-touch lead. Feint to the toe, no. Attack to the arm, no. And then eventually parried. That was a juicy replay. And while FIAMINGO was single-mindedly focused on setting something up, she wasn't ready for that. And the hot VANRYSSEL is getting hotter. She is the difference in this match so far. That's it. Looks like maybe not. But they were shutting it down. And now they are.
Yeah, time's run out. And that takes us out of the 7th. Three, 16. So 4 in that for VANRYSSEL, 2 in it for FIAMINGO.
David, VANRYSSEL finished 12 minus 6. She was plus 6. Plus 6. team is up by 7. So she really did her job at +6. That was amazing fencing by her.
Okay, Giulia RIZZI on to face CANDASSAMY in the 8th and penultimate leg.
Some might say next to last.
Some might. Well, they're changing their body wire.
That's body cord. Oh, what a nice one there, right on the forearm.
Well, in the Italy-France men's foil match was, very calm.
It was calm.
And this is equally
calm. A nice one by RIZZI. Takes the blade. That was a beauty. Another 1 or 2 and it starts to get a little bit interesting. Nice one there by RIZZI. Okay, it's time to make a move here.
She's certainly upping the pace.
No need for CANDASSAMY to take too many risks like that. With a huge lead, it's up to RIZZI to take the risk and attack. That was a beaut, and it was certainly very timely. for Candassamy in France. Pop right on the toe.
Freaksy. There's one. That's a double.
I don't look for Candassamy to do too much more attacking, although with RIZZI only focused on offense, not really worried about defending because she needs points. You know, she is vulnerable to Candassamy attacking, but the double-edged sword is that with such a big lead, why take the risk? On the blade again is RIZZI. And that'll do it.
So RIZZI finishes on a -1 indicator. Candassamy level. +1. And Candassamy finishes on a +1.
Dai che ce l'hai, ti voglio vedere attiva. Forza!
So Alberta Santuccio on to close for Italy. She will face the reserve Alexandra. Louis Marie is in for the injured REMBI.
Boom goes Santuccio. She's got to do that. Nothing to lose. You got a fencer coming off the bench. Went back to the well, and this time Louis Marie is able to get her first point. What a relief that must be for her, because you know when you come in like that cold and your opponent might get a few in a row, it can start to snowball, so that was good for her. Body contact. It's the halt.
Alberta Santuccio is always very high octane fencer.
Yeah.
But Alexandra Louis Marie is holding the line.
Right.
Italy has not been able to make a dent in that lead. They're looking at it. I can tell you one thing: Santuccio. If I didn't see both lights wrong, but that can't go to Santuccio. She had reversed already.
Well,
There's no way she can get a point there.
it was Louis Marie that asked for the video review
Okay.
because she was maintaining that she hit Santuccio in one in one motion as she was going past,
Yeah.
but Louis Marie was going past also.
I looked down at my phone for a second. I came up to see the replay. There's the biggest differential of 8. And Louis Marie has a gigantic reach advantage. It's going to be tough for Santuccio to get inside of that.
And the referee's going to go have a look at this.
See, the referee called halt. Once the referee calls halt, no new action can begin after the halt. But when you look at the video, as I said earlier, there's no sound on that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you can't ascertain when the halt was called. So I don't know what's going to happen here.
Okay, there's a little hit given.
It's a re-review. Santuccio.
I mean, we always have this situation. You know, people want a review of something that you can't confirm because there's no sound on the replay camera. And so my question is, why have they never put sound on the replay camera?
I don't have the answer to that, but we'll say that the inclusion of video review was just the best thing that happened to the sport since it became electrified. And it's almost perfect. And that's just one bug that they still have. Look at that.
Not a touche.
They're actually putting time back on the clock here. I see Kavrina came out to help out. They're putting time back on the clock because it had been running. I guess she forgot to stop it. And for those of us who have refereed, it's happened to all of us. You see, they're actually putting time back on. There's still time for Santuccio. Just needs to get 1 or 2 in a row. Hasn't been able to do that so far.
Well, I mean, Alexandra Louis Marie is matching her output.
Yep.
And now she's up by 2, Louis Marie.
So if it
The
continues along,
deficit is just being increased.
it looks to me, and it looks to us, that France is going to be on its way and competing for the World Championship later. It's not over yet, but it just looks like we're getting closer to that.
You know, a 10-5 run for 11-5 run for Louis Marie, and with a minute remaining in the match, France can reach 45.
Might very well get there.
Well,
back to within 9. Who knows? Oh, Santuccio had the blade. Couldn't get the riposte on.
you know, the problem is that Santuccio is, you know, is as usual very impressive and working really hard, but she hasn't created any net pickup. She's still trying to recover from the deficit.
Okay, so it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that our first finalist is soon to be France.
Well, one more green light. We've hit 45. There it is. 45-32. So, wait. So 17 for Alexandra and Louis Marie. 12 for Santuccio. It's into the bronze medal match for Italy. France will fence for gold, but we've got another semifinal to come.
Well,
we're just about halfway through this process. We've got one more semifinal, then we've got 2 bronze medal matches, and then we've got 2 gold medal matches.
very exciting.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. This reminds me of, I used to go to the U.S. Open in Flushing, New York for the tennis, and on Super Saturday they called it. They had both women's semifinals. It was very exciting. No, both men's semifinals and the women's finals, and it was like a 3-ring circus of all the tennis you can take in. That's